Crews are battling flames at a Hillsborough County apartment complex. Hillsborough Fire tells us 11 units are responding to the Captiva Club apartments. This is right off Memorial Highway. You need to stop and just take a look here because the pictures really do tell this story. Fully engulfed buildings there. And if Eagle can hear me, if you could zoom in there, you were just showing us a moment ago while we were in that break, the trusses from that roof of that building, you could see right through it. It looks like multiple units affected here, Gail.
Obviously, this is one of the worst fires I've seen in a really long time. You're looking at live coverage from our HD cameras aboard our new Eagle 8, hovering over the scene right now, very active. From what we understand, there are 11 units, and I'm sure more responding. It looks like the fire, it's hard to say if they have it under control at all, but it looks like it spread from one apartment complex unit to the other, and that's affecting a lot of lives this morning. Yeah,
this is the Captiva Club Apartments, and if you're not familiar with where that is, it's 4401 Club Captiva Drive. That's in the Town and Country neighborhood of Tampa.
Right, it's just off Memorial Highway there, which is just a stone's throw from very popular areas like International Plaza and the airport, so a popular place to live there. Two active fires, looks like, in two separate apartment units. I'm sure they're evacuating and crews are on scene.
And at this hour of the morning, you know, there aren't people who are early risers. Some might have been sleeping when this started. We can only hope everybody got out. I'm trying to take a look here. It's difficult to see because really the focal point here is, of course, all those flames. But I'm trying to look for people who may have been evacuated there, and it looks like if they were pushed way back out of this area because it just looks like it's emergency personnel that we're looking at, and you can see them fighting the fire right there. You
From
see
high
that
above, yeah.
Right with the fire, with the hose there over the building, and I can't imagine the work cut out for these guys. It looks like there's actually multiple fire trucks there spraying this right now because you could see the water coming from different angles.
But it seems like it's tough to put out. I mean, they are spraying it, and that blaze is just going up with a fury. Yeah,
and of course we're thinking here of everybody that lives here. This is the Captiva Club Apartments. Also, perhaps pets that were in there. When something like this happens, you just try to run and save your life, and hopefully everybody made it out of there. But we're going to continue to follow this story, of course. We do have crews on the way. Producers, do we want to stay with this for a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, let's stay with this for a bit as we continue to get details here into the newsroom. But if you're just joining us now, this is breaking news of a huge fire. Gail, you were just saying perhaps one of the biggest you've seen.
It's been a long time. The last time I saw something like this was a fire in an apartment complex in Ybor City several years back.
And Eagle, if you hold that shot, because this kind of gives us reference for how big this building is and how big this fire is, because you can see there what looks like, you might call it a block, but there are one, two, about three buildings joined there by those two hallways. I imagine with those staircases that join these garden-style apartments and all that. And it looks like at least three of those buildings are now engulfed in these flames. It looks like it's just at this point, from what I can see here, on the top level. Although, if you look all the way to the right, on the ground there, in between the first two buildings there to the right, there is some fire there in that staircase as well.
And I guess the big hurdle for firefighters right now is not only dealing with the flames that are burning as we see them, but to make sure it doesn't jump over to yet another apartment complex there, because you can see they are side by side, and keeping that fire from spreading is probably top of mind. This is a very serious situation. 11 units have responded to the fire. It's happening at 4401 Club Captiva Drive. That's in Tampa, just off Memorial Highway, very close to International Plaza, close to the airport. A centrally located apartment complex that I'm sure is a popular place to live.
Yeah, and as you were mentioning, the evacuation of the building, it wouldn't necessarily be just the ones that are directly affected by the flames, but I imagine because this could spread, you would evacuate the entire building, maybe even surrounding buildings.
Sure,
because
too dangerous.
As we know, the embers can fly, and who knows what happens then. But as you can see, they're trying with all their might to get this out. You can see, at least from our perspective here from Eagle 8 HD, at least 2 units there spraying directly on the roof of that building. We're going to have more